All right, you guys, it's time for our featured speaker. I want to just say this. She finished the year 2020 with a huge accomplishment, number 5 in the entire network. She is a top 10 elite coach, along with her team Better For It. Team Better For It. Okay, this is what I also love. She signed up July 2014, didn't start coaching till July 2015. So you have your sign up date and your start date may not be the same. So don't worry about it. If you're still just figuring stuff out, your start date may not have happened yet, but we're looking forward to it. So she is also a superstar diamond too. So she has multiple business centers that she's opened, and 2 of them have reached 15 star. She's a 4-time elite coach. So been around 5 years. She's a 4-time elite coach. She's also newly added to our coach advisory board, our CAB. And she has spent 67 months in Success Club. If you do the math, that's almost every single month that she has been coaching. Ladies and gentlemen, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Sami Hoffhines. Sami.
Hi, Sandy.
I introduced you with your married name. I forgot to mention, you also got married in August.
I did, yes. It was quite an experience. Let me say that.
Quite a year. You've had so many changes, so much growth, incredible success. Very, very happy for you and your team. Why don't you take the floor right now, the virtual stage, and share with everybody a little bit about how you got here?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. So yeah, I mean, like Sandy said, I signed up in 2014. My sister Jamie started coaching and she wanted me to join her, and I kind of did that to support her. And it took me a year to really find my own confidence and really believe that this business was going to align with my plan. I was in dental assisting school. My original plan was to go to dental school. And everywhere I would turn, I would find myself coming back to coaching. And it wasn't actually until Summit when I decided to go just to work out with Shaun T. I was a big Insanity girl, and I knew Jamie wanted me to go with her to Summit. I had no intentions of really working this business. And I left with a completely new mindset. It changed everything for me. So I always tell my coaches, don't quit before you get to a live event, because there is nothing like that energy, that excitement, that mindset switch that you are going to experience when you are at a live event. And if you ever work out with Shaun T, that is 10x in itself, because he's just so inspiring. And when I left Coach Summit, I decided I'm going to do this. I am going to become a business builder. I'm going to make this happen during my master's in health science, during the next couple phases of life. And that was the switch for me. And so I left that event. Thankfully, haven't missed a month of Success Club. Hasn't always been easy, but it's been worth it. And it's been something that has completely revolutionized my life. And it's really just because Jamie kept inviting me. And I think the biggest thing for me was Summit gave me the why behind inviting, because I knew the how, I knew the what, but I didn't really understand my why and what I would actually be inviting to. And so that why piece was the action plan that I needed in order to really start my business. And I experienced it at that event.
And I know that you and your sister are really into Enneagrams.
Yes, very much.
And so it helps that you were 3, which is self-assured, attractive, charming, big goals, direction-oriented, right? So I know there's a lot of Enneagram fans out there, but it sounds like once it clicked for you in your mind, it was full speed ahead. And
Absolutely.
you've kind of never looked back. So I've watched your growth, and I'm really, really proud of you. So this topic, I know I just asked you a week ago if you could speak on the call and wanted to really focus on inviting, but not so much about teach people how to invite. The why behind it became really important to you. So why don't you go ahead and take it away? I won't interrupt you unless I have to, but go ahead and talk about why it was important.
Perfect. Yeah. So when I think about coaching and I think about inviting, the things I think about are my team, my community, my challenge group, how these people are always there for me and I'm always there for them. I think about my upline, my sister and my brother-in-law, Steve. They were there for me every step of the way. They answered all of my questions. There were a lot of those. There still are. I think about my downline. I think about how there's really nothing a greater joy to me than when they hit their goals. And so a lot of times when I think about inviting, it's not scary anymore. It's something that I got over that fear because it's what it's done for me, what it's done for my community. I think about how inviting is the gateway to, I actually met 3 of my bridesmaids on Instagram. They were people that were strangers to me at one point, became people on Instagram that I connected with. We became coaches and now they're my best friends. And these are people that I have standing next to me in hopes that we can get married with the whole shebang. I think about one of my clients who had a really strong soda addiction. And I was able to slowly help her wean off that soda addiction. And as a former Diet Coke fan, well, fanatic, I should say, I was able to do that with her. And that was super powerful. I think about the countless women in my challenge group that have a safe space and they're able to encourage each other to self-love. So why is this important? It's because when I think about all of those pieces, I think about how I was so fearful of inviting. And when I think about how I could actually put this invite with these things that have changed my life together, it's not scary anymore. I had these massive goals for myself when I first started coaching. And maybe that's you on this call. Maybe you just started, or maybe like Sandy said, maybe it's not your sign up date, but it's your start date. And you're looking for that sign. And you have these big dreams for yourself, but you feel so far from them. I felt like a failure every single day that I wasn't accomplishing these huge goals for myself. And so what I started doing was I used this tracker, this Beachbody Success Club tracker, to focus on daily and weekly goals that I was able to help implement so that it's tangible and it was a stepping stone into these massive goals that I had. It was a constant reminder that I'm moving in the right direction. The tracker isn't just something I check off. It's not just a box, but I get to put a face to a name to a box that all goes hand in hand. It's about the person that you are inviting, not the box that you are checking on a tracker. As coaches, we are given so many tools. I mean, it is absolutely incredible that we get to be a part of a business that gives us tools in order to grow. So the Success Club tracker literally tracks our success towards Success Club. And what's cool about the tracker, if you didn't know, is they polled a bunch of coaches and those coaches decided that this was going to go on a tracker for the future generations of this business. So it is a coach created tracker for coaches. And so it's not just corporate saying this is what you need to grow your business. It is coaches saying we have seen success and we know that this is going to help you see that same success. With Team Cup, it's a perfect time to form teams. And like Sandy said, if you're not on a team, you still can form that bond. We are going to work together towards our goals, towards doing this tracker, towards finding those people and having this mentorship in a group setting. If my sister never invited me for a year, I might add, sorry, James, I can't even imagine where my life would be. She had to not necessarily send me a million invites, but I lived with her at that time and I saw it day in and day out. I saw all the things that she was doing behind the scenes, but I was able to kind of see the transformation in her that I knew that maybe I could do this too. I honestly don't think I would have joined had she not continued to invite me. And so maybe you have someone like that in your downline, or maybe they're a coach for the discount, or there's a client. Honestly, I needed her to invite me multiple times for me to believe that I could do it. Because if she didn't give up on me, I wouldn't give up on me. And I was ready to give up on me, but she wasn't. And that was the biggest difference maker for me. With the tracker, I realized a few things. I felt very stuck. in the beginning of this business because I was looking for the secret sauce. I was waiting for someone to say something that clicked, and that was the difference of where I was and where I wanted to go. I was looking for the perfect invite because I didn't want to sound or say the wrong thing. I was looking for all of these things, but when I was in dental assisting, I would go on and I would see my patient schedule. So whether or not you're in healthcare, you have probably some type of schedule in your job. And in this, it was what to expect for the day. It was what to prepare for the day and what to do for the day. And so I knew, and I didn't question my dental assisting job. But then when I came into this business, I questioned the what to expect, what to prepare, and what to do. Yet that is the Success Club tracker. The only thing I really needed to bring to the table outside of that tracker is the confidence. I needed to understand what I was inviting to and why I was inviting. That was where that summit played into play for me. The tracker will help you get to Success Club, but our goal isn't just Success Club. Our goal is to help impact people's lives. And so when I think about probably the biggest change for me around changing the mindset of what I was inviting to for this business as clients, as coaches, it was that why behind my invite. Because we can follow a tracker, but we are not going to feel authentic or genuine if you're just following this tracker. The tracker will help, but the most important piece is you and what you're actually inviting to. I want to build a strong relationship with someone before I just send them an invite, because it's not about the invite. It's about the person. I want to know that the person I'm having this conversation with would really love what I'm inviting them to before I just assume that they would. Because you can send invites all day, but it's not, again, about the invite. It's about the person, the connection, the group that is going to potentially change their life. If I know that that month my challenge group is going to be incredible, if I'm excited about it, if I am ecstatic about sharing that because I know that it's going to help me, it's going to help my existing clients, it's going to help my existing coaches, then the fear of inviting isn't there for me. But when I have a group that's just not exciting me, it's not rejuvenating me, it's not really motivating me to be consistent, well, then of course, inviting to that isn't going to feel Sami. It's not going to feel very genuine to me. And so it's important for me to really know, how can I serve my people? And when I invite them, that I know in my heart of hearts that they are going to get a great coach, they're going to get an incredible community, and they're going to get workout programs that are going to change their life. But I can't do that if I'm not confident in what I'm actually inviting to. So that comes down to having groups that motivate you, groups that encourage you, groups that are going to hold you accountable alongside the excuses that you want to make for yourself. Because if it can motivate you and encourage you, it will do that for other people. So when I think about inviting, to me personally, it comes down to three big things. Number one, and first and foremost, the who. Who is going to be most benefited from this invite in this group? It's about them. It's always been about them. And when it's about them, it doesn't feel salesy. When it's about me and I'm checking a box, that feels salesy. When I get to share my favorite thing in the entire world, which is coaching, which is the community, which is insanity, which is the ultimate portion fix, the things that have impacted me in ways that I can't even put into an actual wake-up call, when I think about them and I think about that being my favorite thing, then that person I'm sending an invite to gets to decide if it's going to be their favorite thing too. And maybe it is, and maybe it's not. But I'm still going to have it be my favorite thing, and I'm going to continue to share that because that is what I'm passionate about, the who. Number two is the confidence behind what I am inviting that person to. I want to know that my group is going to make their goals obtainable. I'm going to get them to day 30 and day 60 and someday day 10,000. I'm not going anywhere. I don't plan on going anywhere, but I need to be confident about that before I send an invite to somebody else. Because a tracker is going to get you there, but the most important thing to get you there is you. And then the third thing is the what they will be getting in their challenge pack. The nutrition guide, how is that going to impact their life? Which one is going to serve them? Which program is going to make them feel like it is their soulmate program, like Insanity was for me? If Insanity could get me to a live event when I'm a little introverted and a little scared to meet a bunch of people that I didn't know how they were going to respond to this coach of me, if I can do that with this workout program and I can pair them with theirs, whether it's 80-day obsession or it's core to force or 10 rounds and so on and so forth, if I know I can give them the what that's going to make them feel like their soul is on fire, then the rest of it will fall into play. But I have to make sure that I know the who and how it will best serve them, the confidence behind what I'm actually inviting to, and the what behind the scenes of what they get in their package. And at that point, I can take those three things, I can put it to the tracker, and we can do this thing together. And it's all inclusive, moving me towards my goals as a coach.
I cannot believe that you were ever an introvert. Because I've known you to be so confident, and I almost think it's that you were just analyzing, like, is this right for me? I'm not going to jump in just yet, because Jamie had been, inviting you for so long. And it's always funny when people share stories of how many times they were invited. Okay, so that's the deal, is that people either aren't ready, they are, they don't think they'll be good enough. I mean, I think I wrote it down, or I think I talked about it last week. Oh gosh, if I can't find my little Post-it note, I'll just have to talk about it later. But why people don't do this business is that I don't know where my Post-it note is, but that they're either afraid they're not going to be good at it, that they don't have the skill set to do it, or they just don't want to do it. Okay, right. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you keep stalking people, on Facebook going, I want what they have, but I'm not willing to do it. And I don't think I have the skill set to do it. So you were obviously watching Jamie succeed.
For sure.
And you're like, not that hard. I'm pretty goal oriented. I can do this. So the confidence that I've seen in you has been incredible. The why behind the invite is so key, because we're not asking you to use the tracker and just check boxes. Any tracker, you can do that all the time. Any planner, you can just check, I did my chores, check, I did my invites. But why are you committing to changing people, to want to change people, to help them change their lives? That why made it so much more powerful for you. So much more joyful that you're actually helping people than you're just checking off a box. I had so many notes here, but I'm just blown away by the three things: the who will be most benefited from it, the confidence that you have in yourself, and what they will be getting. I want to ask you, are you surprised by your success?
Honestly, I mean, in this business, it's all about the hard work in the off season. And I think a lot of times we hear of these coaches, and I remember when I heard these big ranks on either national wake-up calls or, events like Summit, and I looked at these people like, wow, I could probably never be there. I could never do it. But what I also didn't realize is their ranks, their success, that's a byproduct of years of hard work. The day that you hit diamond, if you're a diamond coach or an emerald coach or 2-star, whatever rank you are, you put so much work into that rank advancement on that Thursday. And so when I think about our rank advancements last year and the year before that, and even top 10, it wasn't a 2020 grind. It wasn't showing the late nights. It wasn't showing the early wake ups. It wasn't showing the grind that I was doing. It was just people see the name and lights and they say, wow, I could never do it. And you absolutely can. You absolutely can, because if Sami could do it, you absolutely could do it.
Well, it's a little bit like a before and after. I mean, when you see
Yes.
a picture, you just see their before and after, and you're like, oh, that's not real. Oh, that you don't see the work, you don't see the journey.
Right.
And so the only way that people see the journey in this business is by you sharing it, by you talking about it, by you posting, by you overcoming hurdles.
Yeah.
You on social media talking about your daily life and doing this business in pockets of time. So it's interesting how many people invite, and they get so many no's. 6 months down the road, that no turns into a yes.
Yeah.
You're living proof. You went from a no to top 10. Your sister must be so proud. Your mother must be so proud of both of you. I want to say, that you shouldn't be surprised about your success because you put in the hard work. So it's like accepting the award. I'd like to thank me because I did the work. I had the confidence to do the work. So let's go with closing question, which is about what played a role in your success.
Yeah, I think when I think about roles in success, it really comes down to this big question that was once a no, that's now a yes. For me, at least personally, is do you truly, and I mean truly, believe that you can hit your goals? Because maybe your goal is Success Club. Maybe it's hitting Diamond. Maybe it's something as big as Superstar Diamond or going full time with this business. And I think a lot of times I used to talk myself out of that, or I had this big chunk in my head that says, wow, I'd really love to be a Diamond coach, but here's my excuse. Here's why I don't think I could be a top 10 coach. Here's why I don't think I could be a 3-star Diamond coach. And I had to get rid of that because I realized that self-doubt killed more of my work ethic, more of my drive, and more of my determination than anything else in the last 5.5 years. When I think about how I felt salesy about inviting in the beginning, it was really because I just wasn't confident in what I was inviting to. I felt like I was just checking that box, and I really needed to figure out my own confidence in what would change my life and then, subsequently their lives. Once I could figure that out, everything clicked for me. I wanted to form my groups around how they would help people. What was the common trends and what people were struggling with, and how can I take those trends and put them in my group to serve the people that I was bringing on? Once that clicked, I could start saying, yes, I can believe in my goals. I can make these things happen. But when I feel loss of momentum in business, I am someone who struggles with anxiety. I have since I was 12 years old. Probably before that, but that's when my diagnosis was. And I realized people in anxiety, stress, or outside, a lot of times we spend just so much time overthinking the things that we need to do and less time putting pen to the paper and doing the things. So when I felt lack of motivation, lack of momentum, I was so busy stressing on what I wasn't doing and what was going wrong, rather than taking plan to action and going forward and really making myself believe that I could be the leader that I wanted to be. And I didn't need to be this person or this person that I looked up to on stage. I could be authentically me and use those people as inspiration along the way. I wanted to learn to be successful, not just through trainings, not just through using the tracker, because it's in part personal development. It's in part listening to calls like the National Wake Up Call or your team calls. It's in part creating a plan. But honestly, I truly believe that I just had to stop doubting myself every single step of the way. And when something went wrong, stopping myself, because it used to derail me. It used to make me overthink. It used to make me just pour negativity into my mindset of, I don't think I can do this. And I needed to flip the script and realize, Sami, you're going to do this. You are going to be an incredible coach for the people that you onboard. You are going to make this happen. Why? Because I finally, for the first time, believe that I can make that happen. And I think that if you can make that switch for you, you will be unstoppable.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because the book, and I mentioned it at the beginning, if there was only 5 people on when I mentioned it at the beginning of the call, because you recommended this book, Relentless. The people who claim that they have no confidence to run a business are using a crutch. Okay. This is why personal development is a huge, huge vital behavior, part of being a coach. It's part of anything, is that grow your mind, do the development, do that work on your personal challenges that you have. You became unstoppable because you said this self-confidence thing, or anxiety, or however you want to name what it is that is stopping you. You're pushing through it. So I'm just going to throw a last question on you is how do you push through any doubts? How did you do that in 2020 when you were pushing through a really tough year, but you had some really big goals? How did you push through self-confidence issues?
Well, I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, for me personally, it is in part personal development and finding something that's going to fuel you. It is in part leaning on the community either that you've built or you've been a part of, or if you're not a part of that, still finding, Beachbody is still a community in itself. It's still also, writing affirmations. I will do this. I can do this. It is in part finding your soulmate workout program. It is in part, if you're faith-based, listening to some type of faith-based music. It is in part lighting a candle and saying, I can do this, and dance it out. And so I wouldn't say there's going to be a secret sauce again for finding the motivation within. But every time you feel that there's a little piece of inspiration that you find, whether it was a team call from last year, whether that was an excerpt that you read in an article, like those little things, I put them in a note section in my phone, and I can always refer back to it. And I can always have this plethora of resources that when Sami is discouraged, I know that the Sami that was encouraged 2 months ago is prepared for that. And so I think just making sure that you really make note of what inspires you, what encourages you, what changes you, and really diving into all the things that you can in the time frame that you have it.
That is such good advice. And I learned over the weekend about somebody who made a video of when they're feeling really good, really confident, and about the business and talking to people and stuff. And they go back to that video, kind of like a time hop moment. You kind of look back and see how bad you were at posting, or how really great you were at posting, or a time in your life when you were really feeling confident. So I love that advice, because you need to draw on your own self-confidence when you're feeling those great moments. Okay, you have been perfect for today. I so appreciate you jumping on so quickly and addressing the crux of Team Cup is inviting. Inviting is where success lives. I'm so happy for you, Sami, on your marriage, on finishing as a top 5 in the top 5, and a superstar Diamond 2 coach. Thank you so much, Sami.
Thanks for having me, Sandy.
Okay, I'm going to introduce now Kevin Shaw for 5 minutes of his training, because it has been the greatest 5 minutes of my life every single Monday. Kevin, take it away, and you can close out the call. People, stick around if you are looking to get better at bod groups, forming bod groups. Thanks.
Thanks, Sandy, and thanks, Sami. That was an excellent call. And I love one thing I want to point out that she said was, when your confidence grows, your invites get better. And the same thing can happen with bod groups. You can have confidence in running bod groups. It is not, so many times people think they need to become experts in bod groups to run a bod group. You do not need to be expert. All it is a place to hold people accountable. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can start your own bod group to hold your friends and your family accountable and be confident in it. So I'm going to share my screen, which, hold on, I need to pull up this. Okay, now I will share my screen. by doing this. I should have done this earlier. Sorry. Okay. So you guys know all about Beachbody On Demand. This is where you come to do your workouts. This is where you come to get fit. Up here in the programs, you click on this, but it's the same place you go to start a bod group. So you come over here to bod groups, you click on it, and this is something you can start today. Today's February 1st. Today is the day you can start your group and invite people to. You have a team cup going on. I sure hope you have something to invite your team cup participants and coaches and customers that you have. I hope you have something to invite them to. If you don't, you can start it today. So all you need to do is go here to bod groups, click on get started, and fill out the forms. It's as easy as that. I'm going to pretend that we've never had a group to copy in the past. If you have run a group, you can copy one, but I don't have one. So I'm going to select a theme or program. I'm going to keep, because Carl has put so much focus on family health, I'm going to stick with that. So I'm going to do a themed one. You can do any of the program ones. That's completely fine. You can do a 9-week control freak one. That's fine. I'm just going to stick with fitness. I'm going to say that the group starts today. Can I do that? I don't know. And it's going to end the 28th. And I'm going to make sure that this is in English. And the people I invite are the people that are going to be able to see my page. And I do want Carl posted in there. I do want the Beachbody Super Trainers posted in there. It's very simple. So far, nothing scary. That should overwhelm you. The name of the focus, the name of the group is Focus on Family Health. Okay, and the group image.
Hey, Kevin.
What?
How do we get rid of that banner right there?
Which banner? This guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, thanks, Sandy. You're just priming this in. So, yes, we can change this. You can.
No, I'm sorry. I just mean that lower third, Kristen McAuliffe. I don't know why it's coming up on the banners. I'm so sorry. I'm disturbing you.
I didn't see that. Well, Kristen really likes it.
I know. Well, positive reinforcement there. Keep going. I'm just not sure how to remove that, but I'll work on it.
Well, Kristen, you get the lucky spotlight today. Okay, so I'll make this quick. So I'm going to keep this image right here. You can't select any of these images. They change all the time, which is great. I'm going to then click on next. And if you do have an intro video where you can welcome your friends and family, you can click on that. If not, you can describe what your group is. This group focuses on family health, and we're excited to have you. Whatever you want to put. Okay, next. I do want them to have Beachbody on Demand, Shakeology, and I do want to recommend the performance line for them. So that'll be a fun thing for them to have. Everybody loves their go-go juice. You can have up to 3 testimonials for them to kind of inspire them with. I'll click on this one, and this one. I think these are great. Okay, so I click on next. Congratulations, your group is ready to go live. It's as simple as that. You can preview it here. Looks awesome. This is what they need to join. Okay, looks good to me. So then I'm going to publish the group. And now all I need to do is invite people. You can either enter their email address. You can invite them through the contact management tool in the back office. You can invite participants from past groups, or you can just simply share a link. I'm going to copy this. Right here, paste it, put it in an email, make it personal to the people I want to invite. And then, guys, it's as simple as that. Your group is ready to go. And all you have to do is they'll come in here, they'll accept it. Then you just start motivating them. You just start holding them accountable. Accountability is one of the best things that we can be doing here at Beachbody, and it starts with the groups. It starts with body groups. Make sure you have something to hold them accountable to. Guys, it is Team Cup month. It is February 1st. Whatever excuses you have are now gone. They're out the window. Make this your best month yet. Make sure it starts with body groups. Guys, have an awesome month. Have an awesome Team Cup, and we'll see you next week here on the National Wake Up Call. Bye, guys.